5:45 a.m. in the morning. The phone rang. I was really sleepy and annoyed. I picked up. On the other side, it was my dad. He said, 阿公走咗啦. My grandpa passed away, he said. And I had so many questions because I just saw pictures of him a week before that, and during Father's Day, he was all well, and I was very confused, lots of questions, but all I said was, okay. And he kept on going, saying, you gotta book our flight back now. I just said, okay. And I just stood there in disbelief until my husband asked me, what happened? What's going on? He said, I guess it was the first time I said it out loud that my grandpa passed away, and that felt really real to me then. And it made me think about what he meant to me in my life. He's been an inspiration to me. Yeah, I added that in. And he's been my first mentor. He's always cared about educations. Till this day, my cousins are still the first American-born Chinese that can read and write Chinese because their grandparents have been giving them homework. They did not know until I moved to the US with them that nobody else had homework like that. And then my mom also told me that in a world that only care about boys, my grandpa paid special attention to her and my aunt's education. And that's just the person that he is. He not only cared about his future generations learning, but also his own. After just 5 years of moving to the US as a middle-aged man, he was able to pass the US citizen exam in English in the first try, and that's how I was able to move to the US. He's always been a lifelong learner. And he's always done that by modeling. He showed me that teaching is not about telling, it's about modeling and inspiring. And even at the age of 90 plus years old, he had an iPad and an iPhone. He taught some of my uncles how to use WeChat, the app that they didn't know how to use before. He was in our family chat sharing photos. And I still remember when I was a kid, first moving to the US, my parents didn't have much time for us, and they had really low temper because they were so busy. So any little mistake we made, he would just scream and yell at us. But with my grandpa, I learned that you don't have to teach that way. He was always soft-spoken. I learned that when you're soft-spoken, people pay attention to you more, and you have more influence because they have to really pay attention to listen. So that's just how I learned that you can teach by showing, not telling. He's had a really complete life, and he's learned a lot. He's gone through poverty, communism. One of his sons died during communism, escaping to try to go to Macau and didn't work. And actually, even the year before he passed away, my second uncle died, so he lived through the passing of 2 of his sons. So maybe God thinks that he has already learned enough. There's nothing else left for him to learn. Or maybe he just misses my uncles, both of them, and he wanted to see them, I thought. But he doesn't want to leave before teaching me one more lesson. So you see, about a week before he passed away, we already found out that he had cancer. But there were other complications, and that's why he was in the hospital for the first time for the first overnight stay. And I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna move to Taiwan soon, and I'm gonna go see him. I'm gonna change my flight after this trip. I'm gonna go see my grandpa, and then I would have more time with him before I do this around the world move. But just kidding, I'm gonna show you that your last lesson is we always think we have more time. We always think we have more time than we actually do. So, yeah, so while I'm really heartbroken that I didn't get to have extra time with my grandpa, I'm really grateful for all the lessons that he's instilled in me, how important it is to be a lifelong learner and the real meaning of it, how you can teach without actually telling someone, but just showing and inspiring by doing, modeling. And that while we don't always have more time, we can still teach and inspire for generations to come, even until and past the day that you live. So, thank you.